Yeah, 100%.
And then once you're in the sort of over the hump of full reusability, whether one system is slightly better than the other is a secondary concern.
Right. Yeah, it's tomato at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we keep moving along here?
Yeah.
So when with Flight 3, when it broke up, that was mostly just because obviously it couldn't maintain orientation, so it didn't even have a chance of having the heat shield.
You would have noticed that the engines, there was a lot of like fire coming from the engines area, just not that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
On re-entry.
Right. Definitely
when
not.
the engines aren't on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is you can see we're just finishing. We're trying to get the shell completed as quickly as possible, but we still have a lot of work to do on the interior of the factory. But this will dramatically improve the production of the rocket.
Yeah.
It's being able to move from one station to another, which is linear adjacent flow.
I don't really know what that means, but
well, I mean, the thing that really matters for, people talk about the moving production line of sort of Henry Ford and the automobiles. What actually matters is linear adjacent flow, as opposed to a production line that moves.
So
it's simple.
Okay, yeah.
Like one step leads to another.
Yeah.
And things move along in a cadence.
Okay, yeah. Yep. And you don't have to have the physical.
It doesn't matter whether there's a conveyor belt or not.
Got it.
That's a secondary concern.
Got it.
Doesn't matter. It just matters that there's a tempo. So every station has roughly the same amount of work time.
Right.
And things move from one station to the next station, and the specialization of labor at each station.
Yes. Okay.
So these are the principles that actually matter.
And that's what you guys kind of solve by doing the tents first, because you could just willy-nilly rearrange things, see how things were actually falling, see what order things were going in.
But the tents were very inefficient once you know what you want to build.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So it was your 5-step thing of don't get too far along in the automation before you.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to build.
Yep.
It's difficult to convey just how much this is. We don't even know what the rocket would look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And in some senses, you still don't necessarily know. It's still changing.
At this point, we're confident that this architecture is at least one of the solutions.
Yeah.
That's not to say there couldn't be other solutions like the one you talked about, but that this will work.
Yeah.
It's just a question of ironing out the bugs, and improving the performance of everything from the engines to the avionics to the primary structure, the heat shield, everything.
Yeah.
But it will work.
Yeah.
I think I was mentioning, or I was beginning to say that the most important, the toughest remaining problem is a reusable orbital heat shield.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody has ever made a reusable orbital heat shield. So the space shuttle is the closest.
Yeah.
But that took, I think, something like 9 months and thousands of people to refurbish.
Right.
So it's difficult one cannot call something that requires so much work to refurbish as truly reusable.
Yeah.
It's certainly not rapid.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, there needs to be a rapidly reusable orbital heat shield, which no one has ever done. So it's a hard problem.
Right.
So that's why I'd say that's the number one biggest remaining problem, and the goal of this flight and really the flights for the rest of this year is get through the high heating, so the heat shield survives.
Yep.
And then the ship is still operational and is able to steer to a specific location and do a landing burn.
Yep.
In the ocean.
Yes.
And then the booster, we wanted to be able to, for this flight, to come back and do a landing burn at a specific location.
Yep.
So
do we know how far out is that going to be? Do you know?
It's pretty far out. I mean, but I think we're pretty close to that. If we don't solve it on this flight, I think we'll solve it in the next 2 or 3 flights. So just having the booster, do the hot staging, come back, do a boost back, steer correctly, and to a precise location and do a landing burn, and then and essentially do a simulated tower catch. So it's like.
So will the tower actually?
No, it's just a.
Okay.
the rocket will think it's
Right.
not trying to get caught by the tower.
Right.
At least
I thought
at
it'd be
first.
kind of cool if the tower mimicked it, out here to
I
make sure.
mean-
Because I even wonder, like, how do we know the tower's going to be okay? Like after a launch like that, to be able to,
Well, we operate the tower after the launch, so we can tell if
Yeah.
there's any damage.
yeah,
Yeah, if this launch goes perfectly, we'll be able to. We'll have the booster do a boost back and a controlled aero controlled descent to a specific location, initiate a landing burn, and be caught by an imaginary tower.
yep, yep,
And then the ship, if things go perfectly, which probably won't, it'll get through high heating. It will still be fully operational. It will control itself to a specific location and in the ocean, and then initiate a landing burn